Okay, y'all, it's been a while. Let's talk about where I've been. So, as you may or may not have noticed, I haven't really been online this year. 2024 has really been like a crazy year for me. So, I'm back with some updates about what is going on with this channel and about Magik Jems, my brand, and my small business. So, let's go ahead and get into it. So, like I said, this year has been crazy. 2024 was like one of the wildest years. I feel like I started out with so many ideas about what I want to do for my business, what I want to do for my career, and honestly, life happened. I feel like it kind of changed the trajectory of where I thought I was going with my career and where I'm realizing now where I really feel like I actually want to be in my career. And not just my career, like professionally, but just in like my creative process and my creative journey. I feel like I'm kind of in a season of change right now, and I feel like this whole year has really been a season of change. And I almost feel like a lot of the things that have happened this year, in a way, was to kind of help push me forward and propel me forward and get out of my comfort zone and kind of like get me uncomfortable, so to speak. I feel like I've been in a space of comfortability and being very, I guess I would say playing small in a way because I was just really used to the way things were, even though, like, within there are other things that I wanted to be doing, that I have all these ideas that I've been thinking of, all these things that I've been writing down and making plans and schedules and setting goals and things. And I feel like there was a bit of fear holding me back from some of those things. And I would say that I'm in a space where I'm realizing that I can't just stay small. I can't just stay um, in my comfort space all the time, you know? It's not healthy to like stay small, to keep yourself small. And you may understand what I'm talking about because you may or may not have dealt with some of these similar feelings of feeling like there are other things that I want to be doing with my life. There are other things that I want to see and other things that I want to be and experience. And sometimes life gets in the way. I feel like sometimes like we are kind of stuck in our day-to-day routines, and sometimes it could be hard to kind of see past that. When you think of like in our typical standard day routines, you probably have like to-do lists and checklists and things that you want to do for like whether it's your job or for the household or even for yourself and your own well-being. And sometimes it can be hard to kind of see past these normal day-to-day things and these right now urgent important things. Like I was saying, I'm getting to a place where I'm realizing that it's not really healthy for me to kind of stay in like these like small stagnant spaces, if that makes sense. So I've been doing a lot of thinking this year about my life and about where I want to be in my life, and not just career wise, but just like me as a person, me as a creative, me as a wife, a daughter, a sister, like a friend. You know what I mean? So I'm just like thinking about, who am I as a person? Am I spending my time in a way that feels good for me? When I think about how much time and energy that I have on any given day, or just in general, like where is that going? Am I actually allocating those resources in the right places? And so that's some things that have been in my mind a lot lately, as far as like, am I utilizing my time and energy in the best way? And I realized that I really wasn't. So it got me to thinking a lot about where I actually want to be. Like, what are the things that actually make me happy? What are the things that bring me joy? What are the things that I want to do with my life? I just started listening to this audiobook called The Happiness Project. What's her name? By Gretchen Rubin. And I'm only literally like on chapter one. I think I literally have only listened to like the intro and just starting chapter one. I'm getting a little bit off track, but like bear with me. But it got me to thinking in a sense of like, okay, what are the things that bring me joy? Like, am I really living in like to my full potential of happiness or just my full potential of life? Anyway, like that's beside the point. Um, but that's something I would like to touch on a little bit later, honestly, in a different video, because that's something that I feel like is really important to discuss. Now let's try to get back on track. So, like I've said, I feel like I'm in a space of like transformation and change, and like a lot has happened in my life recently. I've been one of the reasons why I haven't really been online or showing up is just I've been dealing with grief and loss, and that's been really hard. Obviously, I'm still processing these things, and losing a loved one is really, really hard. And unfortunately, sometimes when those things happen, it kind of makes you like look at your own life and reevaluate your own life in some ways. So I almost feel like I'm in a space where I don't want to play small anymore, and I really want to go after the things that I want in life. So I'm in a space where I do feel like this change is on the horizon, and I'm like expanding my horizons in different ways and wanting to explore new things in my life and explore new things creatively. And I'm just realizing that I can't let fear hold me back from like exploring these things and living life. So I'm just like realizing that it's time for me to do something different and actually put a lot of these ideas that I have into action. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. If there's anything that I can say in this moment, and something that I am still learning, is to like not let fear hold you back, and to not let fear keep you in a bubble. Don't let fear get in the way of you living your life. You know what I mean? Like if there are things that you want to do and things that you want to try or experience, don't let fear be the thing that holds you back and keeps you from living your life to the fullest. You know what I mean? So yeah, with that being said, I am rebranding this space, um, and rebranding myself and my business and creatively. So Magik Jems has been such an important part of my life over the last 4 years. I started this business in 2020, and it has taught me a lot. It really has. And I'm really grateful for all that it has taught me. It's not necessarily a goodbye, but it's more of an expansion. Like that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm expanding as a creative, expanding as a person. And I've always said that the way my creative brand flows, like it kind of flows and grows with me as a person. So as I'm growing and changing, like my art has changed, my ways of creating has changed. It's like it's all a part of me. And so I'm in this season of change and expansion. It's only right that my brand changes and expands and grows with me. So that's what's happening. And so like I've thought about this decision for a while, and I'm finally in a space where I'm ready to just like take that leap of faith. So it's time to branch out and be courageous and brave and make the hard decisions. This was not an easy decision. I poured so much into my small business. I poured so much into Magik Jems, but like I said, it's more of an expansion. I get to just grow this container, so to speak, in a really meaningful way. Oh, I love that. It just feels so timely. It's 11:11 right now, and it just feels like so timely. So 11:11 is like all about new beginnings. So I just feel like it's so right that at this time, like I'm having this dialogue and this conversation around change and expansion and step into these new things. And 11:11 is just like this nice confirmation. So I love that. I just saw that. So yeah, like I was saying, like I created Magik Jems out of necessity almost in a way. I was at a time in my life where I felt like kind of creatively stagnant, and I didn't really know what to do with myself. So it allowed me an opportunity to kind of explore my creativity and explore new ways of creating art and just like kind of discover myself along the way, which is really, really amazing. And I'm just so grateful for this experience and grateful for everything that I've learned. And now I get to take all of these beautiful things that I've learned and I get to expand it. So, like, there are a lot of new things that I want to explore creatively, and I'm excited to share that with you guys. I feel like with these new things that I want to explore creatively, just as an artist, as a person, um, it's time for a bigger container. I just feel like I needed a bigger container to like fit all of these ideas and things in. And so that's what I'm doing. So I am rebranding this space, starting, I won't say starting over because it's not starting over, it's just like growing and expanding, if that makes sense. So like I am really thankful for everyone who has been with me on this journey and joined me along the way. Like I'm so grateful for all of the people that I've got to interact with and all the wonderful people like you who enjoy my art and who have supported me over the years. I'm grateful like for everyone who has joined me on this creative journey. And I hope you stick around. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I hope you will join me on my on this new journey and this new era of my life as I explore new things creatively, just on my journey as an artist, as a person. Like I hope you guys will stick around. There are new art mediums that I'm working with and just new things that I want to talk about and speak about here, just on not just on an artist level, but just on a human level. So I'm excited to share more things about that. I know we touched a little bit on, fear and playing small in this video. And that's something I actually want to discuss in my next video a little bit on just kind of like taking a leap and going after the things that you desire in your life because I feel like it's very relevant, especially now we're getting towards the end of the year. And I think a lot of people, are already thinking about like what does 2025 look like for me? What does this next year look like for me? So that's something I'm definitely going to discuss in my next video. But as of now, on transformation and change and stepping into like new energy, new vibes, it feels kind of timely to be talking about this right now. So if there are things in your life that you have felt called to, or you have felt like inspired to do or take inspired action on, and you've been feeling kind of afraid or unsure, uncertain about like how to take that next step or like just feeling fear around like taking that leap and stepping out on faith, I hope that you can find the strength and courage to go after your dreams and go after what you actually want and desire in your life. I know there may be a lot going on in the world right now, and I know sometimes it's not always easy to like take a look within and have a moment of honesty and transparency with yourself as far as like what do I want to be doing with my life? You know what I mean? Like what do I actually want to be doing? Am I doing it? Am I actually using all of my skills and talents to its like fullest greatest potential? Am I living in a space that makes me feel happy and joyful and fulfilled? And sit with that if it's possible, sit with that and feel that and really ask those tough questions and see what comes of it. And maybe it is like a moment or spark of inspiration of a new idea, or maybe an old idea that you had sitting on the shelf, like take that and like move forward with it. And I know it's so easy to say, don't be scared, you can do it because hello, like we all have some things that we have fear around. Um, but I think it's just about taking those like small steps and when you're ready to just take that big leap and do it when you're in a space where that feels right for you. So I hope if there's anything you can take away from this video is that you can overcome your fears and do the hard things, even if you don't see it yet. Um, it is possible and you can push forward and you can actually make the moves and do the things and live the dreams that you really desire to do, even if it's just taking it one step at a time. Yeah, you can do that. So thank you guys for joining me today. I'm excited to share my videos here soon, and I know it's easy to kind of stay in your comfort zone. It's very comfortable there. That's why it's called a comfort zone. It's comfortable. But sometimes that over comf that over comfortability, I don't know if that's a word, but sometimes it can get uncomfortable. When you feel things starting to feel a little uncomfortable, sometimes it is for a reason to help push us further, and help us to see things from a new perspective. And it's not always easy. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the things that tend to, shake up things and kind of force us to take a look at our life and make changes. Sometimes they are not easy. And if you are going through those difficult moments where you're in this period of change and transformation, it's not always easy. So I'm sending you love and know that you can get through this. You will overcome it, even if it's not easy. You can do it, and it's temporary. I have this quote that I wrote down a while ago. I keep like a whole little notebook and like little notes of quotes. And one of those quotes that came to me one day because I get like these little messages and I just like write them down because I feel like they're really important to share. 'Cause I feel like they're really important for me to like go back to. So, oh, I forgot that that's what I was doing in some of my old videos, like leaving you guys with a quote, a little magic gem. Maybe that's something we'll keep around just as a nod to Magic Gems. So the magical gem, the magic gem that I will leave you guys with is a quote that I wrote down, a message, and it pretty much is like, it's just a moment in time and moments pass by. That's something that kind of helps to carry me through different points in my life. And I still go back through it sometimes when I'm having like a difficult moment. It's just a moment in time and moments pass by. Like what do they say? This too shall pass is kind of like that. And I know it sounds so silly maybe in the moment when you're like deep in the trenches, you like really going through stuff. But when you come through that and you're on the other side of that, you can look back and see like, okay, that was some tough shit. That was tough. It was hard, but I made it through and you will make it through it again. And so I hope that that's helpful and resonates with you. And I hope you guys are well. And I'm sending you guys lots of love and light. And I pray that you guys have a beautiful rest of the day, a beautiful rest of the year, and that the rest of 2024 is absolutely magical for you. And going into 2025 and beyond, that you are in a space of happiness and joy and peace of the greatest and highest good. So yes. All right, y'all. Stay tuned. I'll be having more videos posted here soon. I'm excited to share more things here. So have a great day. Oh, you know what? Have a magical day. Why not have a magical day? Okay. You know what I just realized? I didn't introduce myself for the people who may have been clicking on one of my videos for the first time. My name is Kourtney. I'm an artist. I used to say I'm a digital artist, but now I'm like branching into new forms of art. So I'm an artist, a creator, small business owner, a designer. You know, I do graphic design, web design, digital art, and these other forms of art and creativity now. So, yes, you can call me Kourtney. I just realized I didn't even introduce myself. So, yeah, anyway, okay, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.